Good afternoon, everybody. I can see you all filing in. I'm gonna turn the volume off. I can notice that the comments are off. I'm gonna try and turn those butches back on. I can edit this here. Details. No, not made for kids. All right, I think the comments might be working now. We'll be going live. We're actually live right now, of course, but we'll be going live in just a few moments. God bless America. All right. Hello, everybody. There's a good chance that there are 0 people watching right now. I literally do not know the numbers on that, but it is a pleasure to be back here. You asked for it. Everybody asked for it. I do have to say that I can't stand it, but we have a show without Pale. You'll notice that there are none of the graphics on the side, none of the graphics on the bottom. You'll notice there will be no guests, no co-host, just me, uninterrupted on your screen, which for a lot of the mothers watching is usually a good thing, but today, not so much. But it is a pleasure, as I said earlier. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate. Brix, I'm sure you have your religious reservations. Let's go ahead and dive right into the show tonight. I do have a little bit of the way to walk through the show because I literally never have any idea what's going on in the show. Literally 0 idea. I kind of just show up last minute, maybe a little bit intoxicated, and we do the show. Somehow, some way, I kind of wake up 3 hours later and, hey, a show happened. Unbeknownst to me, of course. Frankly, I never watched the show, so I have no idea how well it turns out. But here we are. So we're going to start with our intro. Hello. I think we just ran through that. Again, I'm not sure anybody's watching right now, but here we are anyway. The show goes on. The show goes on. Thanksgiving can't stop us. The police can't stop us. Nothing can stop us except ourselves. Maybe jot that down. Maybe throw that maybe a tattoo on the arm, huh? Maybe down that way. Nothing can stop us but ourselves. And have like a lot of S's at the end so everybody can see it at all times. So that's our intro. I'm going to go ahead and cross it off. We could not have our intro or any of this incredible, truly outstanding show we have tonight without our sponsor, which is, of course, a back scratcher tonight. I think a back scratcher has been our sponsor before, but I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. So we do have this back scratcher right now, and it's great for back scratching backs, of course. But Brix, I know what you're thinking. This would look pretty good in your butthole. Huh? Maybe give it a try. This end for a little bit of you lighter ones like Los, but Bricks, you're ready for that heavy duty stuff. I believe you. Got to crank it up there. Maybe do a little twist to get up in there. Christmas is coming up. Maybe a little bit of a, hey, look what I learned between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Think about it for your gay club, Bricks. That's our sponsor. Thank you so much. Pretend that there was music playing during that, because once again, I can't do any of the technology. Can't do any of it. Not going to do any of it. Thank you, Back Scratcher. Next up, we do have a moment of silence, per usual. This one was actually sent in to us. I'll just go ahead and read what it says. Dear Big Daddy, please have a moment of silence for us this week. I've had to drive all the way down to Texas with my borderline special ed son, yammering about nothing in the back seat of the car. Wow, that's a pretty tough scene. Thank you, Gary from Omaha. We'll just go ahead and give that a moment of silence. Nothing much we can say about that one. Again, pretend that there's music playing. In the arms of an angel. You know how the rest of the song goes. Moment of silence. All right, thank you. We are praying for you, Gary and family. We know it's been a tough time, and we're hoping for salvation as you fight against whoever this gentleman in the back of your car is. We cannot emphasize enough how much we're praying for you. We know he's been babbling, making you want to lose your mind. Maybe you want to just take the car and drive it off the road. Go ahead and do it. But make sure one of the family members lives. You get what I'm saying, Gary Bear? All right. Thank you, Gary. Only one thing we can do now, folks. It's everybody's favorite segment. It's time to recap last week. So I'm going to go ahead and open that on my phone. If you guys want to maybe chat amongst yourselves for a quick second. Look how quick these go on my show. All right, so starting from the bottom, we do have Kevin Warren's successor defeating T. Cocaine Coochie by a lot. Snort Harder Daddy defeating Incompetent Governor by quite a bit. Fear of the Unicorn Virus blowing out Sam's Club. This one was never in doubt, folks. Another dominating performance by Fear of the Unicorn Virus. He deserved this win. Then we do have Let Me See Him See Your Tits narrowly defeating Gallaudet Express. Then Nuts 911 defeating Bleep Parker by an even narrower margin. And then, in dominating fashion, so much so that he couldn't come on the show tonight because he was too embarrassed, Meg Circo's WAP defeats Piggers football team. Another embarrassing performance for Piggers football team. Throw it on the board. Very, very good team, though, but they suck. So, thank you. That has been recapped last week. As you can see, we're moving along swimmingly. Next, we do have the power rankings. I did get Pale's power rankings. I ran them through the system, checked it all out. They came out kind of incorrectly, but I'm going to report them factually. I'm going to run through them. This is going to be kind of like a college football power ranking like type, slow reveal. Coming in 12th. Pretend that there's some kind of dramatic music playing. 12th, P. 11th, Paul. 10. That's right, everybody. It's Reggie. 9. He's Jewish. He's gay. It's Jaden. Next we have JT. We don't know who he is. Followed by, we know full well who this one is, or should I say who this cat is. It's C. Then we do, yes, it's him, Mr. High V himself. Low prices here, Mitch. I'm starting to think these power rankings are made up. 5th, we have Carlos, the salesman. Can't spell car salesman. Without Carlos. Then we do have number 4, everybody's favorite league governor. Snuggle up in those blankies because we're all getting comfortable. It's Adam. Coming in number 3, he's homeless. He's unemployed. It's Big O. Then we do have number 2, America's team. Check out the background, people. Your Mother's WAP in second. And then number 1, we have Bricks, who, hey, Paul, if you can hear me down in Texas, who beat Bricks? And that's really the only data point I have on him. But I beat him. So get yourself figured out, Pale. Just another reason why Pale has no business being in the league. Look at how well this show is going. You ask yourself, is this really that big of a step down? Of course the answer is tremendously yes. But imagine if it wasn't. Imagine if the show was even a 10th as good as the real show. pale, you'd be in real trouble. Maybe I'll bring some. What's things all people generally like? Let's just go ahead and list those out for a second. Let's think of 3 things people generally like. Um, Animals. People kind of like animals, right? Um, Cake. Okay. What if we had some animals, some cake, and then what's one last thing that all people generally like? Um, I think it'd be good if we had a person. Betty White? Yeah. What if we had Betty White, some animals, and some cake running around here? I think we'd be close to the real Elden Amplified Spirit. But those were Paul's power rankings. Now it's time for the power rankings that matter, where I simply just go ahead and list a few things off in my head. I mean, run them through my system. So I'm going to go number 1. Pretend there's an animation throwing up on the screen that I'm capable of doing. Okay. Number 1, llamas. Number 2, Sheen. Number 3, Goddard. And then throw in number 4. Let's go ahead and get batteries in there. Go ahead and munch on that. Thank you. Those were the power rankings. I'm going to cross out Paul's power rankings and cross mine out that I totally computed. Next up, it's time to introduce our guest. So let's go ahead and play the music and get the guest on the show. La 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 la, Elmo's World. Hey, everybody, it's Big Daddy. Can't even get a guest on here because I literally have no idea how to use any of this technology. I'm sitting in front of a computer right now. I don't know if it's working. The number over here in the corner says that four of you are watching. I don't believe that. I think that there are maybe even negative 4 people watching. So thank you. Welcome to the show, guest. It's another honor, great honor to have you on the show tonight. How have you been, guest? Yeah, I've been doing pretty swell. I think it's a really powerful question. Obviously, this is one of my favorite weeks of the year, Thanksgiving week, and then I am actually turning 22 in less than a week. Okay, kind of just figured that one out. So yeah, I kind of like this time. Thanks for coming on the show tonight, Big Daddy. We really appreciate your presence. You kind of add that extra oomph that we really appreciate on the show. Thank you so much for coming on. Oh yeah, anytime, Big Daddy. I really appreciate your work too. All right, folks. Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I'm Pigger. Hey, everybody. It's time for Teddy Thursday. I have no idea how well you're going to see this, but I do have a picture on my phone of some wonderful, massive breasts sent in to us a little bit down south. May I say from Texas. Look out, Paul. Cling to your couch. Is it your sister? Is it your sister? Is it your mom? No, I'm afraid it is actually, again, don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Let me raise the brightness on that all the way. See if that, ooh, that helped a ton, didn't it? Let me lower the brightness on that all the way. Oh, let me lower the brightness, although, oh, it's a little bit better. That is a young Tom Herman and an even younger Sam Ellinger. Let's go ahead and take a look at those juicy breasts. First, we do have, look at those knockers right there. Thank you. Delish. And then we'll throw it on over to young Sammy boy. Look at those. Don't you just want to let those dangle in your mouth a little bit? 2 couple young co-eds is what we're looking at there. Thank you for sending that in. Tom from Texas, he actually sent that in to us on a message board. Thank you. That has been Teddy Thursday. 15 and a half minutes down. Hopefully like 5 more to go, but I'm sure we're going to be here for an hour because this is the Thanksgiving special. Thanks for tuning in. It'd be great if I had like a commercial to play right now or something. We're still at 4 people watching, and again, I don't believe that number, but we do appreciate the those of you who are watching. Again, I believe that number to be 0. Yeah. In fact, if you are watching, go ahead and type a message in the live comments because I do have that open. Just go ahead and send a message, say hi to Big Daddy or something. Next, we do have our matchups this week, which we have picked already. No guest to pick these, obviously, but Paul and I have picked these games already. So, when it comes to Los versus Reggie, Paul. That's right. Unfortunately, Paul has selected Los, as have I. Adam versus P. I'm going to go with Adam in this one, as is Paul. Mitch versus C. Mitch, he's already won this one, folks. Huge, ginormous win for Mitch. Incredible, bigly win for Mitch. And you know what? Paul agrees with me. Then we do have Bricks beating Jaden. And you know what? Paul agrees with that one too. And then in our game of the we do have one more. I do have JT beating Paul. Paul couldn't pick that one. In our game of the week, myself versus O. Paul has picked O. So I can't pick the game, but if I could, I would absolutely agree with him. Big win for O. Huge defining win for O. We love O. O is absolutely incredible. Ginormous win for O. If O beats me, win O beats me, when he did beat me, is what I should be saying. He's going to be a championship contending team, folks. O is going to go out there. He's going to beat me. He's going to beat whoever he plays next week. He's going to beat me again in the playoffs. And he's going to run right through it. He's going to win the whole league. We're sitting here thinking, oh, Bricks, Adam, Carlos, C. No, folks. The Big O show. Definitely winning out. That has been the matchups. Can erase all that now. COVID, which is why Paul couldn't be here tonight. Next up, we do have the beer review, which I guess I'm supposed to do. So I will get up and drink a beer that I've had about 50 times before the show and pretend I've never had it. So I'll be back. Can't believe we didn't lose any viewers during that time, but I am back. And you know what? It actually is kind of a little special treat for everybody. They say that you can't buy this currently. So we got some Busch Light Apple. I still have probably like 15 cans of the stuff. Let's go ahead and dig in. Yep, that's pretty good still. That's actually really good. It gives you that nice apple right away, but then at the end you get that Busch Light taste, which is basically water, which we're fine with, actually. So on the beer scale, I'm going to give like a 7.9. No, 8.9. And on the overall drink scale, like a 3.7. All right. Next up, we do have our mailbag. You guys can send all the questions in the world you want to the YouTube chat, the texting chat. But in the interim, I do have a document to share. I hope that you guys can still see me. I'm going to presume you still can when I switch windows. Although I signed out, so I'll be reading it from my phone. Today we conducted a fantastic poll, probably the best poll ever made, asking the league and known watchers of the show 2 powerful questions. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at that right now. But once again, in the interim, feel free to come up with some mailbag questions and some whatever goofy questions you have for me. Send those to the YouTube comments, the texting chat. Don't call me, but text me, whatever. If you have a question for somebody else in the league, I will answer it for them. So that's a fun little twist too. All right. So the first question that was asked to the league: what is something you are thankful for? And then I said that you could come back and post multiple times. And if you wanted to, you can leave your name. Otherwise, it'll be anonymous. And not a single person left their name. So we do have 19 responses, but I think it's less than that, oddly enough. So the things that this league is thankful for. First, we have Bress. Second, we have the Kool-Aid Man. Then we have, I'm thankful that Reggie's people allowed us to live alongside them so generously 50 years ago when we passed the 14th Amendment. Then we have Aflac. Then we have this interesting paragraph from an anonymous league member. There are many things that I am lucky enough to be thankful for this year. I'm thankful for whiskey and its wonderful remedial powers. I'm thankful for my health, for allowing me to defeat COVID. I am thankful for C, for always keeping me humble. I am thankful for the rest of the league, for teaching me how to be a better fantasy governor. And finally, I am thankful for everyone who's contributed to the success of Alive and Amplified, from the fans to the sponsors to management, sound, picture, production, direction, hair, makeup, advertising, and all the crews that make the show happen week in and week out. And most importantly, my fearless partner, Big Daddy. I'm thankful that you put up with my antics every week and for you doing all that you can do to make sure every show is more successful than the last. God bless and happy Thanksgiving from Pigs. Incredibly emotional statement from everybody's least favorite governor. Next, Kevin Sullivan's barbecue chicken. Yes, that is the correct answer. Kevin, I know you're watching tonight. We will be there. Me and P will be there for barbecue chicken. Not today, not tomorrow, probably not this weekend, but we will see you on Monday. We're going to be there in your living room for barbecue chicken. C, P, me, Kevin. Lock it up. Monday afternoon. Monday lunch. We will be over there for some barbecue chicken. Mark my words. See? Go ahead and text the me and P group chat. We're going to get that figured out, aren't we? God bless me. Then we do have Kim Christensen and his college major of history. Then we have Big Daddy's mix of intelligence and comedic relief. Thank you, Adam. I am thankful for Paul's beautiful feet. I wish to engulf them entirely in my mouth. I'm also thankful for the War of 1812. Next, we have the League Mothers WAP along with select sisters WAPs. And then it says at Maria. I don't know what that spells, but if I had to guess, I would say Mariah. Somebody named Mariah. Shout out to you. Then we do have reverse jinxes. How else would have Reggie to get bleep bleeped by Parker's inconsideration? Kind of a choppy sentence there. Hello, O. Then we do have just WAP. Very cool. Then Justin Herbert's long, meaty bleep. Kind of an interesting one. Then we do have Abraham Lincoln. Hopefully that's from you, Mitch. That's why you're able to be in the league. Then we do have Brixie's ability to propagate a cult onto others. Okay, that was all of our responses for that one. Then our next one. Who are you praying for the most today? First one, Brix to pray the gay away. The Kool-Aid Man. Praying that C understands he unfortunately cannot start as many wide receivers as he wants in fantasy. Those that say 15% on Geico. Big Mitch so that he may defeat COVID. Phil Haas couldn't imagine raising a gay son. Big shout out to him. Jaden Vodjija and his inability to form coherent thoughts and sentences. Vicky Haas having to deal with her gay son. John Rothstein. Addie Haas. As a true Republican, I couldn't fathom her having Thanksgiving dinner next to a gay and a pothead. Those who get screwed over by reverse jinxes. Bleep you, Adam. Vicky Haas's WAP. Big Daddy for no reason. No exact reason. The plantation owners who have to pay their, quote, employees now. And finally, the two English majors in the chat, Los and Ryan, who struggle typing in English. So those have been our responses to the Google form. And as I was kind of alluding to, I have absolutely nothing planned for the rest of the show. It's been 25 minutes. I'm going to let you guys send questions to places for the next 5 minutes or so. And if any roll in, I'll do my best to answer them, whether they're for me or for somebody else. And if nobody asks questions, I might have to start calling some people. Or, excuse me, might have to start taking some calls. People are calling in already. Taking some calls. Ooh, don't turn your phone volume up, folks, while you're doing a live production. But, yeah, you guys dial that up. I am going to start watching this football game that's going on. Of course, the Steelers are playing the Ravens tonight. Looks like the Steelers are going to be getting the ball first. Just going to look into the Steelers huddle here. I assume you guys are getting a good look at this. Steelers line up with nobody in the backfield. to start the game. Big Ben getting all those fancy points for Big O. Nice little out to somebody who that was. So, yeah. I'm going to keep watching this NFL game. You guys feel free to dial in the questions early and often. Chase Claypool with a nice grab. Guess we'll just have to start making some calls.
Hello, Big Daddy.
Hello, Yaron. Thanks for calling into the show tonight.
Oh, so nice to be on. I appreciate you picking up.
Yeah, no problem. So why are you calling?
I just wanted to call and see how the Thanksgiving was in the Darling household. I obviously a lot of pressure went into putting this show on, so I'm sure you were stressed preparing. Yep. But I wanted to see if you had a chance to kind of relax, have maybe a drink or two today, and ask how it went.
Yeah, I think it's a really powerful question. So Kathy did, of course, cancel Thanksgiving, an extended version, which I've always said.
Why did Kathy cancel?
Due to COVID concerns.
What was that?
COVID concerns.
What is that?
I don't really know what that is, but that's what she keeps saying.
Huh. Okay, I'll have to Google that.
Yeah. She was apparently afraid of strangers, well, not strangers, family members, people that we are related to, entering the house. But Jewel can come home and spend a month here, but nobody else for a day. Which I've always said I do not care who else is in my house. Don't care at all, as long as the food is up to par. And I have to give Kath a little bit of credit here. The food was very good today. So food-wise, I'm going to give it like an A-. I did not have anything to eat between dinner the night before and then 2 o'clock, so I was quite hungry. And I went ahead and ate a lot. Kind of phenomenal. She made something like 18 dinner rolls, and I ate 14 of them. And I kept kind of making some interesting like sandwiches with potatoes. It was very gross to look at, something I would never do in front of anybody else. But these are people that I frankly don't go out to impress.
Yes. Huh. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that despite this this COVID thing that you mentioned, I'm glad that the Darling house still had an up to par Thanksgiving.
Naturally. And how was yours, Europe?
Yeah, it was all right. Good food. Very disappointing. The Fighting Freds did take a loss today, 69-66 to Nevada. Not about the wins and losses this year necessarily, but still would have liked to have seen us pull it out. I think I'm more just relieved that I have a basketball loss to think about, and knowing that we're going in the right way instead of the massacre that's coming tomorrow from noon to 3:30. So. Not looking forward to that, but if we put aside my dread for tomorrow, today's been pretty good.
That is just truly fantastic to hear. Any more comments?
I just wanted to give a huge shout out to host D as well as Kitty Cat. The three of us, those two and myself combined, put up multiple dubs on the Fortnite stage.
In 2020.
More to come later this evening, for what my sources are telling me.
Yep.
The crystal ball is trending very well, and I would just say that Alive and Amplified tonight, without Paul, is not the only indication that Paul is in trouble. Paul is in trouble on the Fortnite grind as well, and just really goes to prove that Paul should count his blessings, because nothing is impossible without him.
Naturally. Don't know if you heard, but I don't want to reveal the source, but I'll just go ahead and mute the stream now. Stream, you can't hear this. Gary called in and wanted us to have a moment of silence for him. Unmute.
Whoa. Are we talking late-term abortion?
Essentially.
Oh, my goodness. That is quite something. Obviously, if you were to unmute, if you were to unmute the stream and break that news, you would be the number one journalist in America right now.
Naturally. And I don't want to steal Mitch's thunder, but maybe I will.
You might. Well, anyway, I can sense that my time is coming to an end on the show. Just want to give a quick shout out to the Nilsson family. Don't know if you were watching. Very, very, very big news with Pika making the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade today. We're just so very proud of our league girlfriends, family members, and what they have accomplished, and hope that everything in Iowa is going well.
Yes. I can only imagine how much fun it was to tie Pika to a parade float.
And fill her up with helium.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were no problems with that. The normal status quo. Standard is the standard, of course.
Naturally.
But, I'm sure that went flawlessly and is something they will never forget. Just like 9/11, right, Carlos?
Thank you for calling in, Urine from Memphis.
That's right. We appreciate you answering, and congratulations to Oscar on the win this week.
Big O show.
Shout him out. This is a huge dub for him.
Yes.
All right, D. Well, we will talk to you later, and if my sources are correct, a big night on the Fortnite horizon for me, you, and Kitty Cat.
Naturally.
Yes. Goodbye.
Thank you for calling in. We love all the calls. We are getting another call on the horn. We're going to go ahead and see if we have any trouble answering this call. I don't know why it's doing a ringing. Hello. We're getting another call from Adam from Silver Spoon, Montana.
How are you doing on this fine evening?
Just fantastic.
Just a quick question. I was listening to the show. I just appreciate it as always. Thank you for taking this out of your time. The producer's not here, but love the team to put on anyways. I have a question. I'm starting a Madden franchise in about 15 minutes. I want the best 3 players I can build around. Who are they and why?
Yeah, I think that's a really powerful question. This is a fantasy draft, of course. Are there other users in this, or is it just you?
It is me and 3 friends.
Okay. So in a Madden fantasy draft, I like to go, depending where I draft, of course, I like to go skill position first, which is kind of a risky move. I like to either get a solid wide receiver, an elite quarterback, and if I can't get one of those, then I will go out there and I will try and get maybe a corner or a solid middle linebacker or a really good pass rusher, whichever the best left of those is. If you're drafting very early on, I would probably go quarterback, wide receiver for sure. But then the lower you go, the earlier you'll get that second-round pick where you can kind of be less flashy with it and get the better player. But then after that, I would try and go and form your key pieces of that defense, like your middle linebacker. Try and get somebody in the secondary at least. Maybe get a guy in the D-line if you didn't already. Get a good quarterback. But then if you don't get a real good quarterback, you can absolutely wait to get a better quarterback. Somebody like a Josh Allen will be available a little bit later. Certainly never draft a running back too early. So I guess my first 3 picks, let's say you're drafting in the top 10, I would go star wide receiver. Then I would go quarterback, and then I would go middle linebacker or safety.
Okay. So
or corner.
Draft, I'm drafting 9th. I've never done a fantasy draft before, so I don't know who's going to be available at 9.
It's really one of those things.
Guys,
yeah, it's not like fantasy draft because obviously there's every defensive player available too.
Right.
Pat Mahomes is probably going to go number 1 overall, and then Russell Wilson might be available around 9. I might go for him. He's very good in these. Nice mobile quarterback is a huge asset.
Probably those guys, the top 3.
Yep. It's very hard to say how it's going to shake out, but just I'd say get the best player on the board in the first round, then kind of just build your team in a way that you want to be. You probably want to have a really good defense in these. You want to be able to keep up with those Tyreek Hills in the secondary. And then think about where you're going to be in the future. You're going to import draft classes. When you look at the best guys there are going to be some great quarterbacks in those drafts. Going to be some elite running backs. You definitely do not need to take a running back too early. Going to be some great wide receivers. There's going to be some elite members of the secondary available in the early rounds of future drafts. So you got to be smart. I would highly make sure you take a good right tackle and a left tackle because those tend to have a huge drop-off too.
Awesome. Well, Silver Spoon, Montana, all 11 residents are shutting you out right now, and we wish A&A the best night.
Yes, thank you for calling in, Adam from Silver Spoon.
Awesome, thank you.
Wow, the phone lines are buzzing. I'm afraid that there is another call coming in. I believe this is Tom from Tampa is dialing in. Sometimes we do have trouble answering his calls. We'll see if we have any troubles answering it tonight. Also, the Ravens did score. Hello, Tom from Tampa. You're live on the show.
Oh, no, I can't talk right now, Big Daddy.
Why would you call into the show then?
It's Tom from Tampa. My cat's having a seizure.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
back.
We're praying for you, Craig. Tom is very drunk tonight, which is exactly what we would expect from him. He said he was going to be calling us again. We don't know how much longer the show is going to last. So, again, feel free to send questions to the YouTube chat, the texting chat, or go ahead and ask us to call you, per se. Looks like the cat is done having a seizure, folks. Hello, Tom from Tampa.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I have good news. Apparently, the oil prices are better now, and I have to worry about this because you're my first customer.
Oh, my God. Saddam Hussein, is that you?
Mayhaps I cannot disclose my whole entire identity right now, but we have good oil prices at both logistics on Giles.
This is incredible. I've always wanted to meet you, Saddam. And is that Osama I hear laughing in the background? I knew you guys would be friends. I knew it.
It might be Gaddafi. I'm not sure. Let me verify. No. Okay, yeah, it's Gaddafi.
Oh, that's kind of a letdown.
Yeah, it is. It's okay.
Thank
Hold on,
you.
His asshole's bleeding from the knife wound.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
I'll
you
get
for.
it matched up. Hey,
Thank-
you better fucking Snapchat me sometimes. I want to start another Snap streak. I miss you, brother.
Well, naturally, but whenever we do have our Snapchat streak, it seems to kind of end when school ends. So, seeing
That
as there's.
happened to me due to the fact that I went to a basic training, so I really do apologize, man. I just got out of full entire basic and tech school, so
Well,
I'll be now full time.
Thank you for
So if you ever do
serving.
want to message me,
Thank you for serving the country of Afghanistan.
absolutely, I love you, brother, and therefore I will give you all the oil prices that you need.
Thank you. God bless you. Or excuse me,
Absolutely, God bless you, brother.
Allah bless you.
I will Gaddafi your insurgents.
Thank you. I love insurgency groups.
Talk back to my boy Reginald, my best commander.
Okay. That was Tom from Tampa, hanging out with some of the troops. I heard a lot of talk of twins and towers going on. Sounds like they've got a party coming up in September. All right. I think that might be near the end of the show. It's been almost 40 minutes now. That's pretty good. That'll throw us on Netflix with no commercials. Yeah. Unless anybody has any closing comments, I think it's going to be time to end the day as the Ravens are clinging to that 7-3 lead as we end the first quarter. I guess I'll close this out. May God bless us all as we battle the COVID. Mitch is extremely battling the COVID. We're praying for you, Mitch. Mitch, obviously you go through enough as it is. We couldn't walk a day in your shoes. Anything else to be praying for? I guess Gary from Omaha. And we will see you next week. Maybe. Well, Craig. Next time you see me, I will be 22 years old. So obviously a lot of relevant things happen when people turn 22. All right. Pretend that there's garbage music playing that you don't have to listen to for 3 minutes. All right. Live and amplified. Yeah, it's over. The show's over. Adios.